And he became the love of your life.
He became my husband
And,
and the love of my life. Yes.
and he became the one who donated one of his kidneys to you.
He eventually saved my life by giving me one of his kidneys.
For decades, the world has celebrated the queen of rock and roll, Tina Turner, as the ultimate symbol of resilience and triumph. We saw the powerhouse on stage, the survivor who walked through fire and emerged with a voice that defined an era. But the story of her final, happiest years, and the shocking truth of the love she shared with her husband, Erwin Bach, was a chapter many didn't fully understand. The man who knew her most intimately, who saw the woman behind the larger-than legend, was Erwin Bach, while he has remained private since her passing. The revelations that came to light before her death, straight from Tina's own memoirs, painted a picture of a love so profound it left the world stunned. This is the story of the Tina Turner the world was just getting to know. The story of Anna Mae Bullock and the beautiful, heartbreaking truth of her final chapter, a story not just of survival, but of a deep soul-altering peace. When Tina Turner passed away in May 2023, the world mourned a giant. We remembered the iconic legs, the gravel and velvet voice, and the raw energy that could light up a stadium. She was more than a musician. She was a cultural force, a living testament to the idea that you could break free from the ashes and rebuild your life brighter than ever. Her story was a guiding light for anyone who had ever felt broken. The public narrative of her final years seemed like a well-deserved fairy tale. After the brutal hardships and relentless touring, she had retreated to her magnificent castle, the Chateau Algonquin, in Kuznacht, Switzerland, overlooking the serene waters of Lake Zurich. It felt like the perfect final act, the warrior queen finding tranquility in her fortress. By her side was Erwin Bach, a man 16 years her junior, whose adoration was clear in every photo. He was her partner for nearly 4 decades, a steady and quiet presence who never sought the spotlight she so naturally commanded. After her death, his quiet presence became a respectful silence, honoring her wish for a private funeral attended only by close friends and family. While the world grieved loudly, sharing clips of Proud Mary, he grieved privately. This silence wasn't a mystery to be solved. It was a final act of devotion. The most shocking truths about their life together weren't hidden. They had already been shared by Tina herself, revealing a love story more powerful than anyone could have imagined. To understand the light Tina found with Erwin, you have to understand the darkness she escaped. Before him, there was Ike Turner. Their 14-year marriage wasn't a partnership. It was a prison of unimaginable brutality. From the moment a young Anna Mae Bullock joined his band, Ike saw her talent as his property to be controlled. The abuse was relentless, a campaign of terror, designed to break her spirit. In her own words, she described being beaten before shows and forced to perform with a swollen face and blood in her throat. He controlled her finances, her friendships, and even her name, rebranding her as Tina Turner without her consent, stripping her of her identity. It was a systematic dismantling of her soul. She lived in a constant state of fear, where love meant pain, ownership, and control. The psychological torment was devastating, leaving her to believe she was worthless without him. The breaking point finally came one night in Dallas in 1976. After a vicious fight, she saw her chance and fled while Ike slept. With just 36 cents and a gas station credit card, she ran for her life across a busy highway, desperate sprint to freedom. Even as she clawed her way back to build a legendary solo career, she swore off marriage, an institution she associated with suffering. Her heart was guarded by layers of scar tissue, and it would take an extraordinary man to gently break down those walls. The year was 1985. Tina Turner, now 47, was a global megastar, celebrating the massive success of her comeback album Private Dancer. She was arriving at an airport in Germany when a 30-year-old music executive from her record label, EMI, was sent to pick her up. His name was Erwin Bach. That moment changed everything. She later described it as love at first sight. He had the prettiest face, she recalled. My heart went boom. It means that a soul has met. For a woman conditioned to see men as a threat, this feeling was revolutionary. Erwin was different. He wasn't intimidated by her fame or trying to impress her. He was just calm, respectful, and, as she put it, so unpretentious. In a bold move, reflecting her newfound freedom, Tina took control. She later told him directly, "When you come to LA, I want you to make love to me." Their relationship began quietly, with Erwin providing steady, behind-the-scenes support. He didn't try to manage her, he simply let her shine. This was a love, built not on control, but on partnership and freedom. After 27 years together, they finally married in 2013, at their Swiss estate. But the greatest testament to his love, an act that would truly shock the world, had been revealed by Tina in her own words. The real shock in Tina's story wasn't a dark secret, but a love story so profound it defied the cynical rumors that had followed them for years. In her 2018 memoir, My Love Story, Tina herself broke the silence on the private health battles she faced and the ultimate sacrifice Erwin made. Her health crises began with a stroke just 3 months after their wedding in 2013, which left her needing to learn to walk again. Then, in 2016, she was diagnosed with intestinal cancer. Compounding these issues was long-term high blood pressure, which she admitted to mismanaging. This led to catastrophic kidney failure. By 2016, her kidneys were functioning at just 20%, faced with a life on dialysis or death. The fiercely independent Tina found the idea of being tied to a machine unbearable. She began to accept her fate and even signed up with an assisted suicide organization in Switzerland. But Erwin refused to let her go. In that moment of desperation, he made an offer that stunned her. As Tina wrote, "He shocked me by saying that he wanted to give me one of his kidneys. He told her plainly that he didn't want another woman or another life. He wanted to do whatever it took to keep them together." Tina was overwhelmed. She worried about the risk to his health and the cynical whispers that had plagued their relationship. He was only with her for her money. But Erwin ignored the rumors. He was tested and proved to be a perfect match. In April 2017, they underwent the surgery, and his kidney saved her life. It was a gift of love, so pure and selfless, it silenced every critic. He didn't just give her his heart, he gave her a part of his body so she could live. Erwin Bach's quiet strength and profound love reshaped Tina Turner's legacy long before she passed. The details she shared in her memoir shifted the narrative from a life defined by what she survived to one defined by the incredible peace she found. Her final chapter wasn't a fairy tale ending. It was something far more real and earned. At home, she wasn't just Tina Turner, the icon, she was Anna Mae, a woman who had found tranquility. The greatest victory of her life wasn't another sold-out tour, but the happiness she felt at the end. In her own words from her memoir, after Erwin's life-saving gift, she wrote, "Joy came out of pain, and I have never been so completely happy as I am today." That happiness was her ultimate triumph. The shocking story wasn't a scandal, but the breathtaking reality of a love so deep it was willing to sacrifice life itself. Tina Turner gave the world her fire and resilience, but Erwin Bach gave her his heart, his kidney, and a quiet home where she could finally be at peace. He showed the world that their love was, and always will be, simply the best.